Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those who don't know me, I'm Deputy Trevor Pitman. You can only say so much in 5 minutes, so I would point out that if you want to know more about me, please read my manifesto. That's got more about what I want to do in the future. I've got a website, you can't forget it, www.baldtruthjersey.co.uk. Well, please ask some questions, that's what we hope you're going to do. Now, in the JP today, or was it yesterday, I see Mr. Baker was given the chance to proclaim his 40-year links to St Helier. Well, it's hard to believe from my boyish good looks, but I can actually top that if that counts. I was born even longer ago in this parish. But more important, I actually have represented this parish for longer than any of the other candidates up there. More than 2 decades, and that's as a voluntary community worker first, then as a youth and community development professional for ESC, having graduated from the Montfort University. I did another 15 years in business management, and I think that I can well understand the problems facing many of the people who I've helped, or done my best to help over the last few years. I was a strange child, obviously, because I followed politics, local and international, since I was about 14. I eventually stood because I became so frustrated and angry at the way our establishment party disenfranchised so many of the island's ordinary working people, the people who made this island great. Particularly our young and our older people who contributed all their lives only to be treated as second-class citizens by a government dominated by people, I'm afraid, whose privileged background often means they have no idea or understanding of how ordinary people can struggle, no matter how hard they work. I'm a former member of the Jersey Democratic Alliance, like 5 other candidates up here, although the JP didn't seem to notice. The other 2 are probably members of the Joseph Party, that's okay, diversity is good for democracy. My principles are the same as when I was chairman of the JDA. Electoral reform, genuine population control, because there certainly isn't any on the Senators Joseph and the Square. Putting an end to the morally bankrupt and divisive policy of allowing those who are the very wealthiest to pay less tax simply because they have more. Because I have a good understanding of how Jersey politics works, or many would say doesn't work, I made only one promise in 2008, and that was to give 3 years of unstinting hard work. I think I've kept that promise, as Senator Brecken's endorsement says. I said I'd do my best to get Fort Region back on the political agenda, and I did with the scrutiny review and the steering group, which is now coming forward with a plan for regeneration. If elected, I will challenge Deputy James Reed for Minister of Education, because I don't want to see that review and that plan just gathering dust like so much has on the Senators for Joseph. While we waste money on fiascos like the incinerator that could have been bought for 1/3 of the price, 2/3 of the price, like the police station shambles, and by paying useless civil servants £600,000 golden handshakes when they should have been sacked. I've taken on a region of 200 individual constituent cases since I've been in, because I've got a keen interest in justice as part of the working group that led to the finalisation of the Independent Police Authority 15 years after it should have been done. And the importance of this cannot be overstressed, because if we had it in place, we would have not seen the character assassination of our former police chief, Mr. Graham Power, all because, sadly, a few establishment figures thought negative media coverage was not worth going through to get to the real issue, and that is the institutionalised historic abuse of vulnerable children who should have been looked after by our state. With my excellent colleague, Deputy Jude Martin, I helped residents collect signatures for the petition and stop the monstrosity of a proposed 900-place car park in Angkor. I supported residents of Havilet Bar to beat another planning application completely out of proportion. We set up the new Havilet Bar Residents Association, and I was pleased to be proposed by their spokesperson. I brought them on the open vote for Chief Minister in September, which will ensure that candidates can no longer lie to you about who they're going to vote for. Please ask that question later, because if people won't answer, it will show you that they're either a liar or they're a secret supporter of Mr. Oz's policies. My research and campaigning finally revealed the truth about the lies spun to ordinary working people for more than 3 decades about the preferential tax breaks given to 111Ks. They all pay at least 100,000, we're told. No, they don't. Many of them pay less than 5,000, less than some of their gardeners and cleaners. I'm Vice Chair of the Education and Home Affairs Scrutiny Panel, and we've got reviews on transparency in school exams, suspensions, heritage, and the Prison Board of Visitors. The States, ladies and gentlemen, is a vicious place, I'm afraid. Anyone who dares put their head above the parapet and challenge the ruling elite faces being misrepresented, even smeared. The favourite being, we're rude, we're aggressive, anti-Jersey. Next time you hear those insults, ladies and gentlemen, read between the lines and see the truth. Honest, assertive, and caring about the majority rather than the privileged elite.
Trevor.
Indeed, if I've upset a few of the great and good on the way, excellent. It shows I'm doing what you put me here to do. With your support, I will keep doing my best to ensure that you all have a voice. Thank you.